Hey, how you doing, Linda? Hope everything's good for you. Oh God. Oh, one thumbs down already. Thank you. Yeah, for those that don't know, Magic Carpet Ride is a song by Steppenwolf. Kind of feel um, trying to get used to wearing these glasses when I'm reading the screen. Problem is, I tend to get up, and once I start walking around, everything gets sort of blurry, like you're on a trip because they're only for reading. I've tried them before, tried glasses before. Um, had a pair that one of the guys here had, but end up getting some ones that are more suitable for me. But I really do need to go get some prescription glasses. I don't know. Before I get uh, any deeper into what I was going to talk about, just like to say, seen a vlog by Popeye One about doxing, and I was even going to call this stream at one time "Doxing is Uncool," and I had to agree with Popeye. This doxing bullshit has to stop. You know, it's bloody dangerous. I don't know what sort of satisfaction it gives people, but it's definitely was getting out of hand. Now, as for the title, Magic Carpet Ride, like I said, it's a song by Steppenwolf, but kind of feels like life is like that sometimes. You just sort of hang on, and you're just there for the ride. Yeah, we've got a quiet morning, guys. I know I'm usually on a few hours earlier. But I've been out, done a couple of things, got some coffee. Need to go and get petrol later because its prices just dropped dramatically at the moment. You can get 95 octane at about $1.17. Hey, Trusty. And I think they got 98 at about $1.30, 30 something, which is pretty cheap. I hope you guys are all well. I don't see you much. I haven't seen you around a lot, Trusty. Hope everything's good for you. Yeah, he's done one stream, Trusty. Um, I hope it can get back to what it was. Fair enough. Good on you. You know, all this shit that's gone on. My fear is that it's changed him a little bit. Um, Everyone's on edge. You know, don't do this, don't do that. If you say this, you're out. Um, which I'm really surprised from him because he was probably a little bit more liberal than what I was. I was probably, I thought, more hardcore about who should be on and who shouldn't. How you doing, Gunner? Um, I was really careful not to give him too much shit and play around too much because he seemed pretty well in a serious mood, and I hope we get the real focus back. Yeah, that I couldn't understand. I mean, in some cases I can trust it. Does depend. No, no, I'll go over it again in a minute, Gunner. Um, I guess it depends on how you use the word. But I mean, Mexican. I mean, that's what you use to explain anyone from Mexico. I mean, and if you're going to ban people that say the word white, what about white American expat? Do you ban him because it's in his name? Do you ban black American expat because that's in his name? I think you have to be a little bit careful and say, you know, look at it and judge it on the context that it's used in. I'm hoping that he's just, like I said, after everything that's happened, I guess he's a little bit on edge about it all, and he just wants to keep the drama out of his channel, and that's fair enough. I just think that this is YouTube. You're going to get some drama. You just got to sort of control what does get said. No, Gunnar, I was just mentioning Popeye's video the other day that I watched. I think it was a live stream about doxing, and he was dead right. Hey, how you doing, freshman? No, you're not banned. Um, but Popeye's right about the doxing, man. It's not cool. Um, you know, something bad will happen one day. Yeah, he also doxed DNC to Face Runner, but Frank's a nutcase. Yeah, yeah, check it out. Check it out, Gunnar. I think Popeye made some um, really good points. Name and location. Well, I've done that to myself, Face Runner, but I don't understand why do it at all. Who cares? I mean, a lot of you guys have told me where you are. I speak to some of you guys offline. Exactly, Gunner. Exactly. And what we tend to forget is we we dox a person, but you're also including that person's family in that shit. You know, it's wrong on so many different levels. If you guys tell me where you are, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. I don't need to know Trusty's real name. I don't need to know Face Runner's real name or Gunner's real name. Uh, how you doing, Nathan? I'll have to check it out. I think YouTube is a great platform. It gives you a chance to have your say, see places all over the world where that people vlog from. It's a great source of information at time. We just can't be too precious. I think can't be that thin skin embellishment. Oh Jesus, Gunner, that no mate, that's not going to happen. It is Tony, but as you know, being an Aussie, Tony, when we say wankers, there are good wankers. I just think, and I'm really hoping for my mate, the old Raging Cajun, to get back into the swing of things, and I understand why he got so what's the word, disheveled, I guess, by what happened. Pee Wee Herman. Yeah. I just don't want to see these live streams get to the point where someone gets blocked because you didn't like their opinion, or you just don't like them. We're not all going to like each other. That's just normal. You know, I think what we need to do is ignore those people you don't like, respect that everyone else has got an opinion. Yeah, I don't know, Face Runner. I mean, he's a good friend of mine, and I'm not really sure what he's going through at the moment. I can only imagine. I don't push him about it. Um, I can understand why he got angry or pissed off like he did. I mean, that shit shouldn't happen and be said to anybody. And honestly, to you guys, if you're listening, uh, you guys that send emails to people like that, you're not men. You're not impressing anybody. Well, I don't get it, Trusty. I mean, um, it's like calling me an Australian. How is that wrong? How is it wrong calling someone from Mexico a Mexican? I don't understand that. Um, that one. And the use of black and white, again, it depends on the context that it's used, Trusty. Context is everything. Yeah, well, that's right, Gunner. It is. And I think some of it's a bit of a knee-jerk reaction to everything that's happened. And um, yeah, as far as keeping drama out your channel, I mean, it's always going to be there in the background. You're always going to get someone create an account and jump on and say something stupid. Um, but Focus is my friend, and I'll support whatever way he wants to go. Yeah, well, Face Runner, this politically correct bullshit is it's going to it's ruining society, and it's making a heap of bloody girls out of all the men. Tasmania, Tony. Yeah, exactly, Nathan. And in that context, it's fine because that's how people talk over there. You know. Yeah, well, Gunnar, I can't imagine why anyone would get offended if you're from Mexico and get called a Mexican. It's like I'm from Australia, and why should I get offended by anyone calling me an Australian? Again, trust it. It depends on the context that it's used. You know, so I can see, um, depending on the context. But I think, you know, It's like water; it'll find its own level, and he'll get things sorted out with his channel. He's not a silly guy. He's just had enough of the bullshit. Yeah, exactly, Tony. It's context. It depends on how it's used. Yeah. Yeah, well, again, Trusty, it'd be like getting offended if I call someone from Texas a Texan. How you doing, Ed? Glad to see you, mate. I just think he's trying to set some ground rules, and that's fair enough. I just think you got to be a little bit more flexible. Hey, Junior, how you doing, mate? Jesus, Ed. Who needs enemies with friends like you, Ed? Hey, Crystal, how you doing? Yeah, sometimes and it's easy to do human nature, that we can take things to heart. Uh, I think, we all need to take a step back sometimes and take a look at the big picture. Yeah, well, Gunnar, I can understand that. No worries, Ed. Yeah, and then I'm tired of this doxing bullshit, which is just, it's crap. And that's why I said, Popeye's vlog was really good on addressing that. This other thing too about being guilty by association is bullshit too. You know, I got a feeling some guys are not happy with me because of who I let on this channel, and that's fine. I'm not going to cry over spilt milk. No, it's not a bad thing, but it's just, I mean, it's like calling someone from America an American, or an Australian, someone from Australia an Australian. I don't get the Mexican one. That's a little bit out there. Yeah, cool. Yeah, they're fighting words now, Nathan. Even, I mean, there's lots of people we don't, we like or whatever, but um, that at the same time, I'll still watch some of those people, and they will put up a good show. I don't agree with everything everyone says, but it's good to get a different view on something.
Who got pissed off of being called a name?
No, we're just having a general chat, mate.
Well, I just must got pissed off.
No, just having a general chat and saying it was good to see Focus back on again, and hopefully he'll jump back on there a little bit more. But I know he wants to keep his channel drama free, but
That's impossible.
that's what I think too, Ed. I think you can't really.
The
Yeah,
only way you're going to have a drama-free channel is to hide everybody, take your channel drama-free.
yeah, I
Until
think you're
that,
right.
you're going to have drama.
And a little bit of drama can make it interesting.
Yeah.
I think you just got to be. You just got to be careful what you allow through. And
I'll tell you, your best way to keep a drama-free station on this one is to get all your wrenches except me and Junior. And you will have a drama-free channel. Right, Junior?
the thing is, Ed, I don't want people to hold back and not be able to have a free reign at least having their own opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just what you got to do is just make sure that if someone says something you don't like, give them a warning. Don't just block them out straight away. And
Yeah, you give them a warning. I'm just saying, you will have no trolls. That's for damn sure. You will not have one troll on this channel. I
no,
guarantee that.
Well, you have trolls. It just means that you get rid of them quicker.
You get rid of them faster. That's all. You're timed out faster. That's right.
I thought you'd like that idea, Junior.
Junior, that's right. Hey, me and Junior think alike. So,
Yeah.
no,
Oh shit. No troubles ever.
we wouldn't lay you. We would not. We wouldn't lead you wrong. I'm telling you that.
Look,
You should do it for 1 day, 24 hours, or one show. You should do it one show.
there's the reason I can't do it at the moment, Ed, is that we had a whole heap of trolls that still have wrenches. Now, if I was to take everyone's wrench away, except for a couple of people here, those trolls could return at any time and start timing out and hiding everyone in the chat. So
No, they wouldn't because you wouldn't give them their wrench back.
no, because some of them have already got a wrench and they haven't
Well,
put
hey,
anything in the chat for a while.
we could tell the trolls. We could tell the trolls.
No. But what I'm saying is, say if I wanted to troll this channel and I have a
Yeah.
wrench, I don't have to chat, so no one knows I'm there. But I can start.
But the minute you start time out somebody, you know.
That's
The
right. Yeah.
minute you time out somebody, you know, so they can't hide.
Yeah, that's true, Trusty. I think you do make enemies blocking people for nothing or for just something minor. You know, you do have to be very careful, and people at least let them have a say. You know, then control that by letting them know if they're crossing that line. And yeah, that's right, Nathan. And if they don't actually write in the chat, you can't do nothing to them. So, but we'll get things sorted out over time. I mean, we've had a couple of incidents where things got out of control, but I just didn't want to have a knee-jerk reaction to it all.
Good, take my wrench away again. I don't want my wrench anyway.
It's not happening, Ed.
Yeah.
You can keep asking till you're blue in the face, mate. You can even take my goat away. I don't give a shit.
Don't let me die. It's been raining here all morning. They didn't run this morning because of the rain. Still raining. Yeah, I don't know if I can.
We got
I thought the snow better than put the rain anymore.
a beautiful day here. I reckon it must be around that 25, 26 degrees, sunny, blue skies.
Yeah. Gotta remember, the last person I timed out was Junior. He's the very last person I timed out.
Yeah.
So,
I can tell you that Ed's telling the truth because he made me take Junior's wrench away so he could do it. But I just want to try and keep the channel open for
yes, it was only a day ago. It'll be the same today. If he acts up, he gets taken. His wrench gets taken off him for 2 seconds, and he goes.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I don't want to see this channel used for doxing people. No singing. This no. None of this karaoke singing on the channel. After some of the singing I've heard, I'm scarred for life.
Who was singing on your channel? What did I miss?
No, not on my channel. I heard someone singing on another channel, and I'm afraid I've been scarred for life. Originally it was to help focus out with his channel because he was having problems with connections and that. Yeah, sure you did, Junior. And to just give people a place to come and all chat together.
It was cool last night. It was really cool last night.
That's a nice change, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't rain stuff. Doesn't rain stuff.
Junior, for all we know, Ed could be Noah. Well, actually, he's older than Noah because he's Noah's dad.
Noah's only a year and a year and 3 months old, so it can't be Noah's. My son's Noah. He's only a year and 3 months. There's Mangle's Noah.
Yeah. Oh, look, I'm just tired of all the bullshit, and things are getting out of control here between vloggers and and this. I don't like him because he doesn't like that person. I just can't get into that shit. Like I've said before, life is too short. Same with I don't want to harp on this, Ed, but it's the same shit with you and JW at the moment.
Who? What are you talking about? Me?
Yeah.
What about him? What about him?
We're just used to not getting along at the moment. Just it's just crazy bullshit.
Yeah, it is crazy bullshit. But I don't like when people come out and come down on things when there's no need for it. You ask a sensible question and you get you get lambasted for asking an easy question.
Sometimes though, you just need to take a sit back and take a deep breath, mate. And we've got a saying here: water off a duck's back. Just let some things go. And
I'm an old man. I don't gotta put up with any shit like that. Well, as a young guy, I put up with it. If I'm an old man now, I don't gotta put up with shit. I can say go to hell and don't worry about it.
No, that's true. But at the same time, mate, you've been around long enough to know
I can judge character.
That a lot of the shit's just not worth it.
That's why it's not worth it. That's they can say the hell with it and drop it right then and there. And that's what that is. I said the hell with it and it was dropped. See, don't gotta put up with the shit no more.
It just seems just seems to me that a lot of that shit started because of other people.
Do me a favor. 1 minute, take them. Take it. 1 minute, take it.
No.
Take it. 1 minute. You gotta go. You gotta go. Take it.
You got him yesterday.
He's gonna get it again today.
Jesus, Junior.
He's asking for it. Take it.
Yeah, I mean, Dick Insider, it's not a bad thing to confront people, but I think you need to be able to appreciate that you all got different opinions, and respect that. I can't see the point of disliking somebody because you have a different opinion or because someone else doesn't like them. I'm just not into that shit, Dick Insider. I tell you what, I had my years of being an arsehole when I was younger, and I'm over it.
They're old now, so you tell them to go to hell and don't worry about it. See? That's not being an asshole to say go to hell. Finish.
Oh, no, I used to be an arsehole. I freely admit that. But as you get older, you
mellow out.
You tend to soften up a little bit. Soften up or wisen up, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, there's 14 son of a bitches in here and only 2 likes. What the hell is going on?
That's all good.
Take the wrenches. Who did not like them? Take the wrenches. Who did not hit the like button? These are gone.
Don't talk about my son, Gunnar. I finally got in touch with him yesterday. He finally called me after a few messages and missed phone calls from me. Yeah, the little bastard, he had the nerve to tell me, Dad, I went lone wolf. I just need time to myself sometimes. I was like, what the hell? I'll
He
give you
must not
Lone Wolf.
be.
I'll kick
He
your
must
ass,
not
mate.
be no money. No. Wait.
Oh, he's in trouble again.
No. Now JW does not need to apologize to me.
Well, that's between them, Trusty. That's and this is a big problem. Is other people get involved in all
No,
this shit,
that's
and
pretty
it's
much all.
and it's really between Ed and JW.
But he doesn't need to apologize to me.
And
He's
I don't.
acting as true character.
And JW doesn't act like that. I've never seen that with him. I mean,
What? Like he's above other veterans, he's a king vet, yeah, he's general. And he brings, see, the problem with JW is, okay, right now, he advertises his military service. You know, a true veteran does not advertise like everything. This.
yeah, but
True
there
veteran
may be.
doesn't do that.
No, Gummy, you keep your wrench, mate. It could be that he puts it out there because he's trying to get in touch with other veterans, and I mean, he seems to be like yourself. He's helped Andy. He talks to Andy a lot. Uh, people like Andy need guys like JW to talk to.
I talk to Andy every day, not as a vet, as my friend. Not because he's a vet, because he's my friend. I talk to him every day.
Yeah, but Andy has issues that probably only another vet will understand. How you doing, NCE? I think that's what it comes down to. I mean, if you've got these guys, okay, Nathan. I mean, some of these guys that have come back from war zones, they do have some issues, and us guys who've never served are never going to understand what these guys go through. You need another vet to understand what you've been through.
Like I don't understand what the guy's been through.
No, I'm not
And I've
saying
been
that.
through before he has. So
Hang on,
come
that's
on,
what
man.
yeah, thanks, Dick and Cider. It's not a rule, Junior, and it's nothing wrong with that as well. I mean, that's what I'm saying is that we're all going to have different opinions.
What the hell was that? Put it down.
We had a link in there earlier, Dick and Cider. We just heard that you've done some of your best work yet. I'm going to have to go check it out.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good one.
I've been a bit slack. Yesterday I was out a lot of the days, so
If PB saw it, he'd probably laughing his ass off right now. That was good.
it's funny, Junior. Everyone's different. My father, like my brothers, both served. My father served, and my uncle. My father was right in the middle of all that shit, and during World War II, and he never spoke about it. It was something that I don't know if he's seen shit. I know he was shot, but he just doesn't. He never liked talking about it. So, and I never used to push him on it. And some people are like that. Some people can talk about it. Some people can't. We're all different. We're human, mate.
Junior, the way you do it, you're like me. I like enjoying talking stories, but the way it's done, not the way JW does it. Like I like telling war stories too, but
Well, you don't have to like it, Ed, but at least respect the
just
guy.
the way it is.
Just respect the
Respect me
guy,
for
and
what? For what? Being an asshole? No vet talks to another vet or talks to anybody the way he does.
well, I never heard
Nobody.
that.
I have never seen it.
I never heard
So
the particular incident between you.
you haven't heard what he's telling me. Well, how he came off of me, you've never seen it. The people that sing that, they can understand what I'm saying. They can understand why that he can even, apologize to me. But the way that guy came off of me for asking him one simple question. and he went apeshit. And there's no reason for anybody to go the way he did.
What the
Anybody in the world.
thing is, though, Ed, you don't know what sort of day he had. You don't know what sort of shit he's been putting up with lately. He may have just had an off day. You know, we all have our days, Ed. I mean, I'm usually pretty calm, but I've had my moments where one particular one where I went off.
Even if I go off, I never go off the way he does.
Hey, Lost, how you doing, mate?
I would never. Even if I go off, I would never go off the way he did.
Well,
If I go off, I don't jump into people. Like I went off with damn a lot. You never see me jump into him. The way JW did me, it's just that simple.
But let's just be honest. We all have
We all have bad days, yeah, but you don't have bad. You have a bad day like that, something's wrong with you. He might have been off his meds. How's that? We'll do it that way. He might have been off his meds. There's his answer. He didn't have his meds that day. But you never talk down to somebody the way he talked down to me. Never.
Yeah. Okay. So I never seen that. Yeah, Lost. If you want the link, let me know. Yeah, NCE. I've never seen him really get nasty. And I can only judge someone on what I see and my interactions with that person. And I've had pretty good experiences with him and Eric. Again, I'm not going to take sides, and I mean I like Ed. Ed. I consider Ed my friend. I'm not going to stop talking to Ed because someone else doesn't like Ed. That's just how I am.
And to get it, Eric was my friend that day. Eric, he just wiped me right out of Facebook. He blocked me. Yeah. He just blocked me in the middle. Now that is the stupidest thing in the world. Like what the hell? Like look at Andy. Okay, Andy's his best friend. Andy's my friend too. Same as Eric was, but Eric, wow.
Take care.
Blocked me right off of Facebook. Because of that.
Yeah, take care, Nathan. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, look, I don't agree with Eric doing that, but I can't talk for other people, and everyone's different. But it's not something I would do, Ed.
That's not something I would do either. Like, did I get rid of Andy because Andy's his best friend? No, Andy's my friend. And it's just that's the weird thing about that. So I let it go. Hey, you want to do it? It's your problem, not mine.
Again, Trusty, I haven't seen that, and again, I don't want to.
The thing is, I saw it many times. He'll talk down other veterans so bad because of their military careers. I saw it many times. The thing is, you don't see them. You don't.
Well, like I said, I can only judge people on my interactions with them.
Yeah, that's you haven't seen
them. Again, I don't have a problem with those guys. They've always been good to me. And I guess it comes down to treat people how they treat you. So there was a time that I was a dick, man, and I'd be a total asshole. But like I said, I've kind of mellowed out over the years. I think one of the best things for me was the birth of my son. I mean, that changed me. It was a 180-degree turn from the day my son was born.
That's the cool part about how God to where he is, his immigration right there. He doesn't have to pay that express fee. He just leaves it there, come back the next day and get it.
See, NCE, Trusty, Ed, you guys have got your own opinions, and I respect that. But obviously my opinion differs. He's still a wanker. Thanks, Junior.
He is a wanker. He's not going to change that. That's true, Junior. He's not going to change that. He is a wanker. He's always going to be.
It's nice to be loved, isn't it, Ed?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're loved. You're a wanker. You're loved. You like him. I think Hagati has it made. He has immigration right there. He can stamp up the passport, come back tomorrow and get it. where I have to go get it and I have to pay the express fee just to get it the same day.
Yeah, Larry, he thinks I'm a dick, but then I don't have
That's right. Take both of our wrenches. There you
my,
go. Take both
my
of our wrenches.
my impression of Gogo isn't that great either. But I don't see the point of coming on all the time and going on about him.
Even Junior wants his wrench taken. Take our wrenches. We don't want them.
No, if I take Junior's wrench,
Take
you
mine too.
knock him off
Take,
straight away.
take mine too. Take both of our wrenches.
No, that's not happening, Ed. I've got a new cell. I need to relearn how to do it. So next time, all right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Larry. I got a lot of time for you too, Larry. I mean, I envy your lifestyle that you got there. You got your family, the farm. You're living the life.
That's right. We're going on strike to your town.
Yeah, downtown. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. If you don't like someone, just don't listen. Don't sub to them. And that's how I am with Frank. I just can't be bothered with Frank. I know a lot of people find him entertaining. I find it annoying as shit. So if you want to come on, Larry, let me know. I can put the link in for you too, mate. I just wish people would be a little bit more accepting of the fact that we all got different opinions, and none of us are all going to get along all together, all the time. It's just not going to happen. That's just the way it is. The wanker discriminates. Jesus, Ed. Actually, I don't think I do discriminate. I think I give everyone a fair chance, and I try to let everyone have a voice here. You're on strike. Ed, I should take your wrench away just for a minute, just to let Junior have fun with you now. Oh, shit. No, I'm not gonna, because I know you want me to. Like Frank, all the talk on him and Jay Ruga goes over my head because I don't listen to them. Well, that's fair enough for downtown. I mean, I hear enough about Frank because that the thing is, it's crazy, but he's getting exactly what he wants. He's getting people talking about him. You know, I'm not sure it'll help him, but he's definitely getting the attention at the moment, but mainly from trolls. Union reps give him terms. Holy shit. Okay, I'll put it in there for you, Larry. You're a Yankee. I've been watching a little bit more shit, learning a little bit more about the Civil War. I'm not too bad on the history of it, but just little individual battles I've been watching some documentaries on, and some of the particular generals at the time. I tell you what, there's one war I wouldn't have really wanted to be involved in. We forget that family members against family members, best friends against best friends. Geez. And it still amazes me that the US lost more men in the Civil War than they have with every other war put together. So that's how horrendous that war was. It's crazy. But out of it was born probably, you know, a better country for it. Hangouts wasn't installed in the Google folder. I assumed was part of it. Well, just download it. Lost. It shouldn't take you long. He's not. I can still hear him. He's not muting himself, Junior.
Check your thing, see if I'm muted or not.
You're not. I can hear you.
Hold on a second. I have two muted.
No, you're not.
According to my computer, I am.
Well, why am I talking to you now? Oh, now you're muted. Okay, you muted yourself now. Yeah, no worries, Lost. No, that's the thing. People think a lot of people lost limbs back then, Dickenside, because the medical treatment wasn't that good. The thing was, you lost limbs because the mini ball would just take whole sections of your arm or your leg where there was just nothing to join back together. It's pretty horrible. And the mini ball, I mean, that was a game changer because suddenly you had more accuracy, getting more distance out of your guns. Now, I remember reading about one battle. I'm just struggling to think which one it was, but in someone's diary they wrote that it was like you could have put your hat in the air and just caught a whole, you know, hat full of lead flying through the air at the time. Unbelievable. Okay, we've got someone else on here. Yeah, we got Larry in there.
Hey, can you hear me? Neil.
Yeah, we can hear you, mate.
Oh, great. I've got a few minutes. Hey, Ed, somebody told me to tell you, because I told someone out here, I found a great place to buy dwarf fruit trees. Somebody said, this guy, he's in Manila, and he ships it through LBC. He sells lemon trees, orange trees, everything. He's I'll give you the contact information.
Ed's saying he's got no room for trees.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forget who it was. Somebody told me that Ed would be interested. So.
That's only because Ed's interested in midgets, mate. That's what that comes down to.
Okay.
I think that's why they said Ed would be interested.
And I plan on getting a lemon press. Have you ever seen one of those, Thunder?
A lemon press? Not sure.
And you know that you put the lemon on and then you pull that. It's like a bottle capper type thing.
Oh yeah. Yep. I know what you mean. Yep.
Yeah, you can make lemonade with it. It's so hot over here, you know. It's nice to, you know, have, especially if you're growing lemons. So that's what I plan on doing.
Are you cutting in and out a bit, Larry?
Yeah, my connection's bad. Just better go out and just stay in the text.
What's the weather like there? You got shitty weather, or is that what's causing the problem for your internet connection, or is it? Oh, good on you, Ed. Rain on this side of the island. Okay. I knew it was raining because you said you didn't go for a run. I lost Larry. Maybe it's raining where Larry is as well. Probably might affect his connection. I guess that comes down to the fact that he's up in the mountains there. Barbecue that goat. Yeah, he's like pretty well on the other side of you in the Ed and in the mountains, from what I've heard Larry say before. I need to do what one of the boys said and get a big map of the Philippines and check it out. Yeah, the other side of the island. That's what I thought. And he's mentioned that a few times. So what's been happening in the YouTube world? I had yesterday off. Just cruising around, did a few things. Even today, it's really nice weather, so I've been thinking about going to do some shopping. A couple of items I wouldn't mind getting hold of. Yeah, yeah, Face Runner wall map. It's not. It's just not sure. There'd probably be a place in Adelaide that you'd be able to get all that shit. I just haven't seen nothing around. If I'd come across something, I'd definitely grab it. But I think I'm gonna have to go to a specific place to get something like that Face Runner. We lost Larry from the chat too. His connection must be real bad. Jesus, dude. I don't have a printer at the moment, Ed. Yeah, I know. You know that the new laptop is still sitting in the box, and I wanted to get it out because there's a game that I wouldn't mind playing called World of Warships. Everyone's on strike. Well, Junior Ed, I've only got two words to say for you, to you, Jimmy Hoffa. So keep the union shit up, boys. But yeah, I've been keen to have a look at that World of Warships. I like those sorts of games. I'll have to check it out one day. Also, want to get myself one of them cockpits and get a good Formula One game and just have a run around driving. Yeah, I know, Gunner. And I should do it. And I will do it. Ed, listen to me. You are not losing your wrench. I'm not taking it off for you. I'm not taking it off for Junior. Yeah, Trusty. You would, I'm sure you'd jump on him straight away. Yeah, I have to work out something with this wrench thing. That's for sure. But at the moment, I don't mind it like it is because if someone says something that someone else doesn't like, it's you can't just remove it. And I want everyone to have a voice here. You know, even if sometimes we don't like what they say. You have the solution, act on it. Ed, it sounds like Air Force talk. You've got a firing solution, eh? Holy shit. Yeah, Gunner, he's probably cleaned up his table, so he's safe at the moment. rock, paper, scissors for wrenches. Oh, that is funny. Oh, that's hilarious. Have a wrench lottery at the beginning of each show. Uh, I tell you what, you Americans are twisted. I thought Aussies were pretty well out there, but I reckon you guys have got us beat. Yeah, I hope not, Trusty. I really hope not. What are you doing there, lurking, Dick and Cider? So it must be around dinner time, I guess, in the US, where you are, Dick and Cider. So hard to keep track of everybody's time zones. Yeah, I thought it'd be around dinner time, mate. Yeah, Gunner, I've seen that. Like I said, anyone new joining the chat won't get one straight away anyway. And those guys that can't take a hint about going too far with their comments will lose theirs. But like I said, I really do want to sort of let everyone have a voice here, and for good or bad, I guess. Definitely making some enemies doing that. But shit happens. Otherwise, we're all going to end up like Frank, fucking blocking everybody that gets on there that says something you don't like. Well, you can stay on strike. Just remember, Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah, trust you. I heard about it. I don't watch Michael, but I heard about it. That's just crazy shit. I don't understand it. Some people got probably too much time on their hands. Holy shit. Hmm. That's the guy that just sent me that email. Thanks for that. That'll make me get into a lot of things, mate. Jesus. What's this? BQ2 has been blocking people for nothing on Kev's show for a year. Well, I don't know about that, Trusty. Yeah, some of them go too far. Sunder, keep pissing off the right people. Those are the ones that get mad when you don't side. It's hilarious. I don't do anything to deliberately piss anyone off. I just want to do my own shit. Yeah, was it you saying that, Trusty, that uh, Sam got doxed on his show? Which is par for course with Frank. British Bike. I remember when you timed him out, Ed. Jesus. Yeah, you know, I think some people just take things a little bit too far. yeah, yeah. Dick Insider is because of the emails that you send me, mate. If I could put them on camera, I wish I could. And then everyone else would be calling you a sick bastard too. uh, uh, a lot of this shit's got to stop, though. I mean, I don't. I mean, you guys must realise that you guys give Frank the ammunition when you watch him and give him views or sub to his channel. He thinks he's doing a fucking great job. The guy's so delusional. Um, and if you need drama to get views, there's a worry there straight away. And in his case, he's got more. Well, when it comes to his subs, he's got more trolls than actual subs anyway. Yeah, I don't watch him, Ed. I got no time for it, and he's doxed guys that I like. Which, as I said before, doxing is so uncool. And no worries, Ed. You're always welcome here, mate. And, like I said, just about everyone's welcome. It's just just this. I don't have a lot of rules. Just mainly, just etiquettes. There's certain shit people, as well as myself, don't want to hear on here. Beavis keeps stalking people. So please. Yeah, well, that's true, Gunner. Well, I just don't talk to him, Trusty, to Frank. If other people want to chat to him or make statements or whatever, that's up to them. Like I said, some people like that shit. I don't. I'm not prepared to give the guy a view. How you doing, Amani? There's plenty of good vloggers out there, and if you need to watch something, and lots of good people out there doing live streams. I don't get to see as many as I did before, but I've watched. You guys might know Tom and Ruth. I've watched a little bit of Tom and Ruth. Oh shit! It's I forgot. It is Valentine's Day today. I just got a notification someone's put up something about Happy Valentine's Day. I forgot about it. Jesus. Yeah, who knows, Junior? I just think these guys have got to stop this doxing bullshit. It's wrong on so many levels, and it's going to get out of control. It's just bullshit. But as for who's doing the dirty work, who knows, Junior? Who cares? India has never been on my list of places to go. Face. I know guy I used to work with had been there. I think he spent about 6 months over there. But India, Pakistan, places like that have never been on my bucket list of places to visit. I mean, definitely Southeast Asia now is in my sights. I'd still like to hit Europe at some stage, and hit Africa as well, but just not at the moment. So I'll work towards hitting Southeast Asia, see what happens from there. Yeah, I'm talking Southeast Asia, like the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia. I mean, as far as Australians go, if you're an Australian cricketer going to India, you get treated like a god. I mean, they love their cricket. I heard plenty of times how Australian cricketers go over there, and mate, they get thousands of people around them, all trying to get close to them. But I've never really had an inkling to go there. 6 times this year. Wow, unreal. Yeah, I'd like to go to Cambodia, Junior, and see a lot of those places around there. Wow. Yeah, I can imagine that. But again, I guess it depends. Everyone's looking for something different. Um, I don't know about myself though. India and Pakistan are on that list at the moment. Yeah, again, everyone's going to have different opinions. Well, there you go, Gunner. Talk to Face Runner. Now, that's one of the great things about meeting people here on YouTube. You know, finding out about different places and getting a little bit of advice before you hit somewhere. I mean, that's why eventually I started watching all the vloggers in Thailand and that, because definitely Thailand was going to be my first port of call. But so I've had a brother who's lived in Southeast Asia for probably over 20 years. He lives between here and there. He owned it. Married a Thai girl. They started a restaurant which is still going here in Adelaide, but they're now separated or divorced. And now has a girlfriend in the Philippines, where he has a place for her, Quezon City. Yeah, it's changing at the moment, Ed, and it really has more to do with the retirement visas, from what I've seen. Oh, there's hot chicks everywhere, Trusty. Yeah, Taj Mahal. I mean, that's one of the wonders of the world, isn't it? See, that's the sort of shit you need to talk about more often, Face Runner. A lot of people wouldn't know that you've been to India that many times, and I'm sure people would be interested in hearing about the place. I mean, this is not this channel is about anything. So, I mean, yeah, we've got lots of guys living in the Philippines or got interest in the Philippines here, but it's really about anything, and I love to hear about any country. Yeah. You really should talk about it more, Face Runner. A lot of people probably never even had India on their bucket list. You may change their minds. I'm not sure about a place um, about living there, but there might be a lot of people that might want to visit. Yeah, it is interesting, Trusty. I'll tell you, if you guys want a bit about Japan, there's some good Japan vloggers out there, Japanese vloggers out there. Tokyo Drew. I know a guy I know, Chuck, who lives in Thailand, recently went to Japan and visited him. Wow, that's not bad, Face Runner. Yeah, you just got to be careful where you are, kind of. Yeah, you may you may find that America and Japan have a, a different relationship between each other than to other countries. Ed, I'm not sure if that's the same for all countries. But I've heard some weird stories come out of India. Like two cobras fighting in the middle of the road, and because they're sacred, no one will touch them, and they got to let them go. And geez, that's a worry. And last thing I want to do is mess with a cobra. And you see how much bloody venom those things inject into you. Enough to bring down a bloody elephant. And they're huge. Cobras are not a small snake. I'm not sure how big they get in the Philippines, or I know Thailand, they get them and have issues with them. I don't know about the Philippines as much. I've seen a couple of vloggers that have had snake issues. I'm just trying to think. One was it Ned from my that Terence and Beth one time. I've seen them with snake issues. Yeah, the Himalayas would be interesting. Definitely Face Runner, but you want to be prepared. And I think too, if you're going to go anywhere like the Himalayas, you want to make sure that you're pretty fit. I know a lot of us like to do the Kokoda Trail in New Guinea, and a lot of them are never able to finish it because it is a really hard trek. Yeah, rice snake. I guess if you've got non-venomous ones, it's not so bad, Ed. Um, but you come across something like a cobra and you got issues. Not something I want to mess around with. I don't like snakes at the best of times. So yeah, Gunner, I'm with you, mate. Yeah, any snake. Yep. I mean, that would be interesting, Face Runner. And just to interact with those, is it the Sherpas who do the guides, the Sherpa guides, and just seeing what kind of people live up around that way. I mean, what a bleak and hard life those guys must live, in Everest. Permit to climb was like, what the hell? I've never heard that, Face Runner. Jesus. Jeez, yeah, bugger that, Ed. We ate it at the ninth hole. You're a crazy bugger. No, I wouldn't want to. Not for 50, not 50K. Jesus. I have no inkling to climb Mount Everest at all. Full stop. Not interested. Same as the Kokoda Trail, as much as it's historically, um, well, for Australians anyway, it's got a lot of history to it. But uh, I don't think I'd like to do the Kokoda Trail. I know guys who have walked it. Yeah, that's the problem, Gunnar. Lots of people, I guess, attempt the climb and end up having to be rescued. I know people prepare for it and that, but Jesus. I mean, Everest has taken quite a few lives, and the sad part is that a lot of those guys that die up there, their bodies get left up there. I don't think people realise how many dead bodies are probably sitting on the side of that mountain. But I'm sure it happens a lot more than we hear about anyway. Yeah, well, they might be preserved in the cold, Ed. Well, that's what they do, Gunner. A lot of times depending on where they are, they do leave them. It's totally understandable. It's just how it is. Geez, there's two things there that just don't turn me on, Face Runner. I can't see myself climbing Mount Everest or walking across Death Valley. Said some people got too much time on their hands. But I guess there's a bit of that stigma attached to Mount Everest. The highest land-based mountain. I mean, I believe that the highest mountain in the world is actually in the sea. So I don't think Everest is the highest mountain, full stop. But uh, as far as on land goes, it is. I think there's taller mountains in the ocean. At least one I can vaguely remember about. Yeah, I hear you, Gunner. Oh, Fashion, I'm sure there's lots of treks in the Philippines and uh, even in Thailand or Vietnam, those places. I guess it's just what tickles your fancy, I guess. Me, I'd be happy to just sit on a beach under an umbrella, drinking some alcohol with a pretty girl and some friends, and just talking shit. About again, we all got different goals and different wants and needs. Some people find that they need that adrenaline rush. Some people live on that. The way back, I've heard of that, Gunner. Someone told me about that. Friend the other day. I reckon he once mentioned that movie. Yeah, that would be God walking across Siberia. I mean, there's some pretty tough people bred out that way. I remember we had a Russian boxer from Siberia, Costa Zoo, became and boxed for Australia, won the world title. Tough as nails, those guys out there. Yeah, I have heard it's a good movie, Gunner. Did you end up watching that? Or you did watch that Last of the Dogman. What do you think of that? Personally, I would like to see a bit more about the Indian side of things. I said it was a bit B-grady, but I like the premise of the movie itself, about them being hidden from civilization for so long and that. Was it Tom Berenger? That was the guy. Tom Berenger. And the guy, was it the sheriff, was what was that TV series in that 70s show or whatever? Yeah, I didn't mind that face run. I liked it. Yeah, yeah. That was a good part of the movie. Keeping them hidden from everybody. But yeah, I'd like to see more of the Indians and learn more about these guys. And America's got such a rich history with these Native Americans. Um, I wish they'd put it out there more because I find it interesting. I guess it's like the Australian Aboriginal we take them for granted. Not a lot of people know much about them, and their Dreamtime stories are just so out there, um, unbelievable, uh, and their beliefs and their system of justice, which was pretty crazy. They don't mess around, the Australian Aboriginals, when they come to dishing out justice. When they'll either burn you or bloody leaving scars, or they'll spear you in the leg. And I wish there was more shit out there about the Australian Aboriginal for sure. But I guess a lot of people fear the fact that the treatment of Aboriginals in Australia hasn't always been that crash up. Yeah, Face Runner. When I was in Oklahoma, I visited a place called, it's like a museum. It's called the Trail of Tears. That was really interesting, and I enjoyed seeing that, and hearing the story. It was pretty cool. But I guess like anywhere they're getting diluted. I'm sure the younger generation don't want to live like they originally did, and so they do lose something over time. Unfortunately, for most people, their knowledge of Indians comes from Hollywood cowboy and Indian films, the westerns, and a lot of the times that's so out of whack. No, the American treatment of the Native American Indian is very similar to the treatment that Australians gave the Aboriginal here. We don't have a good record on that in the past. Which is a shame, but I just think one of the things I do have a bit of an issue with is trying to pin what was done in the past on today's generation, which we had nothing to do with all that. Sure, we can do things to kind of make up for some of the shit that was done, but I don't want to see this a current generation blamed for what was done, 200 years ago or 100 years ago. And I think in Australia it was pretty bad up until maybe, they weren't even treated like citizens of this country until about the 60s or something like that. Yeah, Jimmy, and maybe it was a common name at a certain time. I can remember a movie, The Chant of Jimmy Blacksmith. Then there's a famous Aboriginal tracker in Australia who used to help the police force here, Jimmy James. Definitely someone to have a read about. As far as I'm concerned, where I live here, South Australia, we should have a statue up to that guy. His work with the South Australian Police Force is legendary, and his tracking skills. I am biased, but the guy is probably one of the best trackers to ever walk the earth. Cancun, I've heard Cancun before. That's a party place, isn't it? I wouldn't mind visiting there, Face Runner. Once I'm in a position to travel, a few of us guys should all meet up somewhere. I know it's not a real long trip for you guys to Mexico or something like that, and we should just all meet up and have a few drinks and laughs. And yeah, it may be Gunner. I'm not sure. Like I said, I just wish that this state here would pay the guy some homage, because his work with the South Australian Police Force is legendary. Unbelievable, some of the stories. And when you see where, like, say if you were to check out Arnhem Land, which is up in the Northern Territory there, and check out where they lived, and mate, these guys could live where not many other people could. I mean, even now, the SAS, Australia's Special Forces, will go out with Aboriginals to learn how to survive in the bush. And these guys are just incredible. They got cures for things, and they know what to eat out there. And we do take them for granted. And I've been, I think, maybe longer, but I've heard as long as they've been part of Australia for like 40,000 years, and that could be even longer. But you could be right with that, Gunner. I don't know. Yeah, no worries, Gunner. All good. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be on. It's a beautiful day. Petrol's cheap at the moment, so I was going to go fill up the tank, and not sure whether I want to head down to the coast or something, have something to eat down there. I'll just go do some shopping or something. Hey guys, you just got Big Kev just gone live. So any of you guys are interested in seeing Big Kev, pop over and see him. He's just gone live. Oh, goodness. Been getting out a bit lately, but I think I still need to get out more. Yeah, well, I mean, plenty of places to surf here in Australia. The only problem with that face runner is, and I used to when I was a kid, but I'm just not good with sharks, mate. And unfortunately, lots of them here in Australia, and shark attacks have been on the increase, especially on the west coast. Where Graham lives in Western Australia, there's been quite a few deaths due to shark attacks over the recent years. Yeah, that's the problem, Junior. Even just one bite, even if they're not out to eat you, just that one bite is enough that normally you'd bleed to death. When you're talking about 5-6 meter sharks, which is anywhere from 15 to 18 foot and probably a ton in weight. I've seen some horrible videos. One video was showing a surfer and two sharks at the same time actually breached the water out at him, two of them at the same time. You can probably look that up on YouTube. I mean, man, that'd be enough for me to never surf again. Unfortunately, surfing beaches here tend to be away from everyone else. Swimming beaches here are pretty well protected. But the places where the surfers go, you don't usually have the lifeguards out there, so that can be a bit of an issue. There's not too many here in South Australia in recent times. But you've had some attacks on the east coast. A lot of them are bull sharks that swim up the estuaries and that, because bull sharks will jump into the freshwater as well. But Western Australia's probably been the worst in recent years from my memory. They had a spate of shark attacks. Even went on a killing spree of trying to kill them. It was kind of crazy. White pointers were responsible for the attacks, but the sharks that they were killing weren't white pointers. So thankfully, they only did that over maybe a couple of month period and stopped it. I don't think that's a solution to the problem. Not killing them anyway, but definitely need to make some of these beaches safer. But like I said, where surfers tend to go is usually out of the way places anyway. So that's why they become easy targets, because they just don't have the protection there. It's just I didn't see this email sneaking. I'll have to check that out later, buddy. And how you doing, Crystal? Hope you got some nicer weather there in California at the moment. It's a perfect day here in Adelaide at the moment. Hey, Ray. Yeah, beautiful blue skies, maybe 25, 26 degrees. Just a hint of a breeze out there. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Crystal. Just another day deciding what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to head out soon, fill the car up with fuel, and maybe head down to the coast and see what's going on down there. Maybe have something to eat down there. There's a lot of eateries and cafes and that along the beach, and the weather's pretty nice. But other than that, it's been quiet. Finally got in touch with my son last night. I'll give him a call later on. Rat bag he is. But definitely want to make the most of this nice weather. Oh, guys, just had a drop in numbers. I guess people going over to see Big Kev. So how long will we be going for? 100 minutes. Might give it another 10 minutes or so, guys. Probably gone over to see Big Kev, maybe Junior. I just let them know that he was doing a live stream. Always happy to give Kev a shout out. I know he only does a few every week, so I'm probably on here far too much. Been meaning to get on at different times, but just hasn't happened lately. Afternoons, I tend to be out and about. In the evenings, I'll grab myself something to eat and then end up watching a movie. Nah, if I jump off Junior, I'm going to be jumping in the car, mate, and head out. Um, I said it's too nice a day to be sitting inside here. So yeah, I'll be jumping in the car, mate, and head out. Yeah, Adelaide tonight. I haven't seen any. I don't watch much TV like for the news or anything like that, or current affair shows anymore. Face Runner. I just watch a movie here and there. Um, just got to remember that shows like that, Adelaide Tonight, they tend to, I don't know, like any media, they distort what's really going on, and they're looking for that drama and all that bullshit. Um, trying to think what you could watch to get a better idea of Adelaide, but it's hard. Um, but just remember the media, can't trust that shit. But Adelaide's I mean, South Australia itself is a huge state. It's quite large. Um, but city Adelaide is small compared to, say, every other major city here in Australia. Adelaide's one of the smallest cities. South Australia's population is probably just over 1 million people. I'm not sure exactly what it is these days. Where some of the biggest cities and states, you're looking at 3, 4, 5, 6 million people. But got to remember, there's, I think, a total of 24 million people in Australia altogether. All our major cities are on the coast. Um, but Adelaide's a nice city. You don't have the traffic problems you have in some of the bigger places. Life is a little bit more laid back here. They call it the festival state. Um, God, we have probably too many festivals. We used to have the Australian Grand Prix here from 1985 to 1995. And then it went to Melbourne. A lot of people, even guys in Melbourne, wanted to see it return to Adelaide because Adelaide used to make a big party out of it all. Now we have in its place, we have the V8 supercars. They do a round here in Adelaide. That's actually coming up real soon. So, but we have, I think at the moment, we have like a huge comedy festival. It's comedy, drama. You have all these places set up in the parklands around Adelaide that you can go see different shows and that. And they have what they call WOM Adelaide, which is a music festival. Camel races, no camel races, not in Adelaide. No kangaroo wrestling. Although I was surprised to find out that there's still some of the boxing tents running around in the outback. You know, some of the country towns, they'll have a little bit of a carnival or something, and they've still got the old boxing tents up there. So I'll tell you guys, younger guys now, if you come out to Australia and you're out in the country, don't jump in the ring with those guys because they're usually ex-pro fighters and they're usually pretty good. Um, you're going to get knocked on your ass. So avoid those. But Junior, there's plenty of places you can go to. Lots of parks and that here, nature parks and that where you can go and actually hand feed kangaroos, but they're the eastern greys that they'll have there, and usually the younger ones. Kangaroos can get a little bit feisty. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, people didn't realise how big the red kangaroos over here get. Those reds are dangerous. Um, yeah, yeah, they are good. One of the things I really liked happened quite a few years ago now was with circuses. They took away the animals. Nude cock wrangling Mark. That was good. How you doing, Terry? How's things, mate? But they have lots of cultural festivals. Yeah, I missed one. I heard JLB talk about it, and he did a video on it. They had a Philippines festival here. I wish I'd known about it and gone to that. That would have been cool. But there's so many. We have what they call Schützenfest here. The Germans hold once a year. That's a pretty big thing here in Adelaide. And the music festivals and shit like that. I said Adelaide's a pretty laid-back city. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you, Terry. All good here. No worries, Gunnar. A lot of people come to Australia. I would say most tourists end up on the east coast, like either in Victoria, New South Wales, or Queensland. Queensland's a big one for tourists with the Surfers Paradise and the Gold Coast there. They're huge tourist spots, and a lot of people like going to Sydney, which is New South Wales. I guess you got the Darling Harbour there with the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Sydney Opera House, which is pretty unique. But I think if you come to Australia, I mean, they're all great tourist spots. The same with Western Australia, Fremantle and Perth, beautiful cities. But go out into the outback. Go check out inland Australia. It's I won't say going inland Australia you're going to see the real Australia, but you definitely see a different part of Australia. It's chalk and cheese to say the coastal cities. Country people again even more laid back, friendlier. You're not stalking anyone, Terry. That's good to hear. You don't take me as the stalking kind of person. Australia is really one of those places you're going to love or hate it, depending on what you're looking for. I know we have lots of people from the UK immigrate over here. Some will never leave and they love it. others are here for a small amount of time and just can't stand it. And I can understand that. I mean, not everyone can get used to the heat, especially if you're coming from the UK. But those people from the UK that have immigrated and stayed here, well, one of the things they love is that you have more of an outdoor life. Because of the weather, is just more suitable to doing things outside. But it's not for everyone. It just depends on what you're looking for. Crystal, I don't think he's stalking you. Not Terry. But I could be wrong. But I definitely think people should get out of their comfort zones and definitely jump on a plane and go visit other countries. Definitely gives you a different perspective on life. Yeah. Oh, goodness, Terry. It was interesting earlier to hear Face Runner who's been to India so many times. I mean, again, it's not a place I've ever had on my bucket list, but be interesting to hear about his visits over there. What are you doing up anyway, Terry? It should be late where you are, isn't it? Oh, let's see what's happening over. Let's open up a page in a new tab. Ah, Kev's got a decent crowd over there. Okay, he's doing fine over there. You wet the bed again. Yeah, I don't know how that's going, Gunnar. I jumped on his live stream the other day. I think he needs to like water, find his own level and get back to being himself. I think he's after all the shit that's happened, it probably has changed him a little bit. But I'm sure he'll get back into the swing of things. And, I mean, I'd like to get back on there and have a laugh with him again. But I can understand what he's been through, all that shit. Yeah. And to be honest, I'm on the mornings my time. I mean, it's only probably 10 a.m. Where he is at the moment, so it's probably not suitable for him. And in the morning, he spends that with the family and shit. He's got responsibilities over there. But hopefully shit will get back to normal again. But guys, I might leave it here. If you guys want to jump over and see Big Kev, we've been on nearly 2 hours. I really want to jump in the car and get some petrol and get out and about. Go waste some money, I guess. So, thanks guys for joining in. It's always good seeing you, Terry, Crystal, Face Runner, some of you other guys that have popped in here. You too, Crystal. Thanks, Ed and Larry, for jumping on earlier. Lost, I hope get your phone sorted out. We'll get you on there soon. Thanks, Gunner. All right, guys. Look, you'll have a great day. I can't. Terry, we'll see you soon. I'm not sure if I'll get on later on or not. You just never know. Just depends what happens. But I intend to get out there and burn a bit of fuel, and I don't want to waste this beautiful Adelaide day. So yeah, all take care, guys, and hopefully we'll see you all soon. And stay safe.